guys, Marian here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I just wanted to catch up with you guys and talk about baby weaning, weaning from nursing, because that's what's going on in my life. So I wanted to just share about it with you guys and talk about it. I've shared every step of all my pregnancy journeys, giving birth, nursing, and now I think we're at the end of the nursing journey, which blows my mind. So I thought I'd kind of chat with you guys about it, how I'm feeling about it, what's going on, how it happened, and then maybe a little bit of like a look back on how the heck we got here. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Marian and I make videos about being a mom and being a Jewish mom, and I'd love to have you stick around and be one of my subscribers. Just hit that red subscribe button down below. Okay, so my baby is almost 18 months old. He might just be 18 months. I always hear those jokes like, oh, third kid, you like don't know what month you're on, but it is very true. And he's the sweetest little boy, but he's my first baby that is self-weaning. He doesn't want to nurse anymore. I've never had this happen. I have two other little boys, and with them, I'll kind of look back and piece it all together, but definitely it was me like being like, okay, here's a natural endpoint, or we should stop, and we stopped nursing. So with my oldest, we nursed until he was 18 months, and then actually went on a like little vacation with my husband and some friends for the weekend. And I was like, this is the perfect time to like fully just be done. And then with my middle son, we nursed till he was almost 2. I think it was like 23 months, and it just like was hard, and we just stopped around that point. Again, it was like a natural endpoint. And now with my youngest, who I expect to be my last little baby, I had the idea in mind that we would definitely go till 2. That was like my goal number to hit 24 months, and just like kind of naturally wean from there. But this little baby, my youngest, has definitely been the one who's loved milk the most, but milk in a bottle. So I think nursing is just a slower feed. You know, you don't get as much milk compared to a bottle. And I think he's always just preferred the bottle. He's been a great nurser. He was a great nurser from day one. I still remember in the hospital when he latched right away, and I was like, oh, this is so good. But I've always had issues with milk supply because of my thyroid. I have hypothyroidism, so I've always had to supplement with formula. But I like to share my story about nursing because a lot of people think that if you do have low supply, or if you do have to introduce formula, it means the end of breastfeeding. But for us, it just was a way to help it continue longer, because it was so much less stressful whenever we were out and about, which as a third kid, like the amount of time we were home nursing was very rare. I could just give him a bottle of formula, and I was not one of those, like, we were not strict at all about how many ounces of what. We just were totally like laissez-faire, like as it happened basically. So if we were home, we would nurse. If we were out and about, he would have formula. I didn't like count ounces or anything like that. He was growing great and it was fine. I have had other babies that struggled with nursing, and we were like counting drops of milk and nursing every 2 hours around the clock, and I didn't sleep. So I've definitely been through all the different ways and phases of nursing. But with my youngest, we were so chill about it, so easygoing, and it was so like such a nice, enjoyable relationship with the nursing, and it was just great. If anything, I wished I could have nursed him more, like when he was younger too, instead of using the bottle. But I'm a stay-at-home mom. I don't have help, so it wasn't like I could be home and nurse while like the nanny took the kids to school or something like that. So because I was doing all the carpools in the day, many carpools throughout the day, you know, going here and there and picking the older ones up, it was just natural that we had to kind of use the bottle. And if I had to pump first, well, first of all, I just didn't have enough milk, so there's no way I could have not supplemented at all. But I definitely could have pumped more, but then I literally would have done nothing else with my life. By the time I like get the kids out the door, pump, like it just would have been impossible and would have led to severe mental health issues, because I would have never left the pump. So anyways, and I do have the on-the-go pump and all that. I have every pump. Oh my goodness, all my reviews are down below. Oh, it's just such a huge chapter of life. But anyways, so he's always loved the bottle, and then at 1 we transitioned off formula and into milk. We actually did it early because it was the formula shortage. for this baby. We went through a time where it was nearly impossible to find formula, and I was so thankful that we were nursing because like thankfully I could always, you know, just try to pump more, and like we were, you know, I had nearly enough milk, like he would have survived. It's so scary for people who don't, but we did have to order special milk from like this special place, like formula and everything. Crazy times. Anyway, so he transitioned off the formula to cow's milk like very easily, and actually we're kind of at the point where he should be off the bottle, but he loves it so much and it makes him so happy. So that is a little bit of a parenting struggle that I never dealt with before. I never had a kid who really like cared that much, so we definitely have to wean off the bottle. And the other issue is, so he doesn't really want to nurse anymore. So the past few weeks, I would say by the time we had been nursing, once he turned 1, we nursed about 3 times a day, which was the morning when he woke up, midday when he went down for a nap, and then at night before bed. So about when we transitioned to 1 nap a day, we transitioned to nursing 3 times a day. But over the past few weeks, he just goes, nope. He's like, nope. And then he asks for his bottle, which he calls his Baba. So he's like, Baba, Baba. And I'm like, oh, no. So I could pump and give him like the breast milk in the bottle for sure. But to me, you know what I mean? It's like he's already 18 months. He's at a great weight. He doesn't need it. I think it's just naturally time to be done. But my plan is to keep offering him to nurse in the morning because that's when I have the most milk, and or right before bed. So I've sort of stopped offering at nap time, but sometimes in the morning and the night I will, and sometimes he'll say yes. So I think we'll see how it goes. I think this is kind of the turning point where we'll either stop entirely or we'll reduce to maybe once a day, just for, you know, a few minutes, and then hopefully continue that until he turns 2. That would be my ideal, but of course it's what he wants, not what I want. So that's the update. I think it's really affecting my hormones. I've heard that that can happen. I also think it's just naturally, like, this is usually, you know, my pattern had been that once my kid turned 18 months, we would start trying for another one, I would get pregnant, and that would also affect the nursing. But for the first time, I'm like, we're not trying right now, and it's just like, things are changing, you know, like life is my identity, life is changing, and I have the hormones from not nursing anymore, so it's all just, you know, happening. Motherhood, what a joy. So that's what's going on, and it made me think also about like the nursing journey, because I have literally been nursing for, I mean, I have to do the math, but 18 plus 23 plus 18 months. So somebody in the comments can do that math for me. And if I wasn't nursing, I was pregnant. So I was very much like physically involved in motherhood for the past 7 years. So it just feels very strange to now like have my body back. Not that my body will ever be back to where it was 7 years ago, but to like have it be my own now. It's like not physically being the life source for somebody else. Although of course my kids still need me and everything like that, but that full-on physical connection is reduced, and there's like a mental aspect that goes with that too. So I just wanted to share this because I'm sure so many people go through this as well, especially if you enjoyed nursing or had multiple kids, so it was like a part of your life for such a long time that then it naturally comes to an end, and like that's hard too. I was actually thinking of going to the mikveh, which in Judaism is a spiritual like ritual bath, and some women go every month after their period, and some women go for special occasions like before their wedding and that sort of thing, and that's the way I've always used it. So I was thinking that this would be a good moment, like if we do really stop nursing, to go to the mikveh and like have a little ceremony and fully end the nursing process. But just to share a little bit more about where it all began, it just so blows my mind. When my first son was born, he was nursing literally every 2 hours. He had to. That was like, I can't even, oh my God, the way the years have gone by. I don't remember like why we were doing it or what happened. I absolutely refused to give him formula at the time. I was like, so against it. And he would nurse for half an hour. Then I would pump for half an hour to increase my supply. And then I would sleep for 45 minutes, hopefully, and then wake up and do it all over again, round the clock, for like 3 weeks after just giving birth. So that's how dedicated I was to it. And I was so paranoid about milk supply and all of that. And then with my second, when I had like a confirmed thyroid diagnosis, and I was like, okay, there's literally nothing I could do. I did the fenugreek and all that, like supplements to increase milk supply. But once I like had a confirmed idea from a doctor that we did need to supplement formula a little bit, it kind of like gave me the okay, and I was like, okay. And like I said, it actually helped the relationship with nursing because it took all the stress off. It was like, okay, he'll still get all the calories he needs and we can nurse in addition. So that was really great. And then here we are with the third kid, and it's just been so amazing to like have gone through this experience. I was looking back at some pictures. I've nursed in Disneyland, on airplanes, like in front of the White House. I like just literally everywhere I've nursed. And I'm not one of those who like really covers up or cares or anything like that. So it's just been kind of crazy. It's just like such an embracing of like my body and the magical, amazing things that it does, and being thankful for that. And that is how I want to conclude the journey, that even though I wasn't in charge of when it started and stopped, and you know, the babies get those decisions, I am so, so grateful to have gone this far, made it to 18 months and hopefully a little bit longer, and been able to nurse. And even though, like I said, it's never exactly what you want, how you want. That is such a life lesson with motherhood. Things never go exactly what you want. Speaking of which, I think he's waking up from his nap early. It just doesn't go how mom wants exactly, but I'm still thankful for what it is. I better go because I hear him making noise. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions about nursing. I'm sure I'll still make a few more videos, just because it is such a huge part of my life that we're saying goodbye to. Thank you for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!